This is me. I'm Emma Bell. I'm a maths teacher in a sixth form college in Grimsby called Franklin College. This is me on Twitter. I'm Elle Tombray. That comes from a pseudonym. I needed a pseudonym when I first went onto Twitter. And Tombray means bell, so it's like E.L. Bell. If anyone was ever... Yeah, that's me. Anyway, so as a teacher and as a person, I have two obsessions. One is books, and the other is this man. Okay, Doctor Who and books. And I have an obsessive collection of books. I have a thing saved on eBay where if a book about maths or a book about teaching comes up on the search, it's like, yeah, buy that. Yes, so don't try, please, and don't try and snipe me on any of the eBay auctions. But I tried to put those two obsessions together. I mean, this is how I kind of feel at work at the moment. Teaching is like I'm going up an escalator the wrong way. It doesn't matter how hard I'm working, I don't seem to be getting anywhere. So, I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey through my books. And what my hope is that perhaps somewhere within those books, I'm going to find like the holy grail, the answer to everything, how we can be better teachers. So, I'm going to start with this one. Now, this is 1939. National Union of Teachers, Llandudno, thank you, conference. And it is basically the book of the conference, so it talks about who was at the conference, the kind of things that were spoken about. Turn to the back, and there are some adverts for things. And one of the adverts that really, really caught my attention was the Schoolmaster and Woman Teachers Chronicle. I'm going to read to you what it says is in this. Some of the finest classroom features by experts are given weekly. Modern, stimulating, practical. Friezes for walls, history, geography, and nature study are given free. It furnishes teachers with an educational forum, and every phase of professional activity is discussed. And it expresses the teacher's point of view through reports and union activities. I mean, that sounds like TES. And this was 1939. So I've looked back to 1939, and not that much seems to be that different. So, going back a bit further, 1931, I managed to find a book, the Educational Authority Manual for Grimsby. Absolutely fantastic. And I was looking through this and thinking, well, what can I take from this? There's a homeschool agreement about behaviour. It talks about attendance and punctuality. Pupils must be regular and punctual in their attendance. I like that phrase. I'm going to use that one. And it's also got a syllabus looking at mathematics and English that it wanted all the schools in Grimsby to teach. Again, I'm not entirely certain that that's any help, because that's kind of what we're doing now. So I've gone back a bit further. 1914, the Young Teacher's Primer. This one has a whole chapter on eye control. How you can control your classes with your eyes. I think one of the sentences in it is that you've got to remember that whenever you're teaching, you are in direct communication with the student's mind. Kind of like that. I'm kind of going Doctor Who on it as well. It talks about attention and trying to get the attention of your students. And I just love the way they put this. Do not go to your class and expect full attention all the time from every member of it. A child is frequently asked to give his attention. Well, very often, he hasn't got it to give. You must not assume that it is there, and that you can merely call for it to come. So this is like the Sue Cowley Getting the Buggers to Behave book from 1914. This is how we should be looking at our student teachers. Yeah, eye control. Really, it's all about discipline. And then it starts talking about interrogation. It meant questioning, but it's calling it interrogation, and it talks about open and closed questions and things like that. I think this is 1914. I could have been reading this from a book, yesterday. 1904, I'm getting back. This one, basically, this is just to show you, I really don't care what the book looks like when it comes to me, as long as it's got beautiful words in it. This is How to Become a Teacher from 1904 by T.W. Berry. And I'm going to read a bit from this because this links in with what was said earlier. As was remarked, there is an unprecedented number of vacancies at present time, and demand will continue to exceed the usual resources of supply. Recently, an educational authority, in advertising for teachers, received in reply answers in the proportion of vacancies 1 to 50. Basically, they were saying there weren't enough teachers to teach the students. In 1904, again, I don't think that this is really helping. I'm looking at books from the past, and I'm not getting any new stuff. It talks about teachers' register, talks about teacher vacancies. Then this is my favourite book at the moment, and this is the one I'm going to finish on. 1887, Lectures on Teaching, J.G. Fitch. It has a signature in the front of it. J. McPhee Watty, 3/11/88. That's 130 years ago, 88. So that's 1888. 3rd of November, I thought that was lovely. I did a bit of a Google search on him, and it turned out he was an HMI in Aberdeen. So I was able to find him. So this was some lectures from 1880. Just read this a second. This is about examinations. 1887, ladies and gentlemen, 1887. I'm going to finish with this bit because this links in to what Mark was saying and about... I'll just read. It is well known that the men and women most influential in the schoolroom are those who know how to share the enjoyment of their scholars in the playground, who at least do not frown at the children's play, but show an interest in it, recognising it as a proper and necessary employment of time, and indeed can play heartily themselves when the proper occasion comes. In 1887, they were saying, "Be down with the kids." I mean, I'm sure, it's a different down with the kids, but yes. I'm still searching. I'm going to buy as many books as I blooming well can. And I'm going to search and search and search for an answer that just basically solves everything. But at the moment, the answer that I'm getting is that all through time, teaching has been exactly the same. We have had exactly the same problems all through. And I think I kind of take comfort in that, knowing that, everyone's been through it as well, and these problems aren't new. Yes, we haven't got a solution for it yet, but maybe I'll find it in one of these books. Thank you.